Most leaders, most good leaders, authentic leaders, have a core set of values and virtues that they lead with. And I think if they consistently lead that way, they build trust in their organizations because people know that they can count on it. Integrity, for example. If a leader has a high degree of integrity, everybody knows they can count on that situation. So when I first took over in the company, I'm a big believer in elevator speeches, and I like to say things boom, 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 but between the first and the 8th floor, you need to be done with the way you talk about it. And I had trouble, putting all of my values into an elevator speech. And I kind of thought I knew what they were, but I wasn't 100% sure. And so I struggled with it. So I was put in touch with a gentleman by the name of John Mack. And John Mack was the CEO of Morgan Stanley. And in 2008, think about what Morgan Stanley's going through, the Fed and the Treasury Secretary cramming banks together. Everybody's worried about the financial system in general, and lots in the paper. And I said, John, don't tell me about what I read in the paper. I just want to know one thing. I want to know how you're managing your people. And John was a revered leader on Wall Street. He said, Walt, I manage my people on the basis of the 3 H's. And I said, well, what is that? And he said, they're all characteristics. He said, humility. He said, the best leaders are humble leaders. They're selfless. He said, honesty. Without integrity, you have nothing. And he said, in this day and age, a banker needs to have a sense of humor. And I laughed and I said, you're right, after I laughed. And but I thought about the last word. I kind of struggled with that. I didn't have a management team that was overly funny, and I didn't think I was overly funny. But the more I thought about it, I think what John was talking about was relatability, right? I mean, you crack a joke because you want people to relate to you, right? And it was the human element that he was talking about, humanity. And I coined those 3 words as my 3H-Core: humility, honesty, and humanness. I call it heart in the book. Humility is all about the way a leader thinks about his or herself. Are they selfless? Humanity is how they treat others, how they think about others, how they treat other people, how they communicate to them, how they lift them up, how they make them better. And honesty is the action, or let's just say in business terms, the transaction that connects the two. And I think those are 3 very, very powerful words that if leaders live by, they'll create an imminent amount of trust in their organization.